Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over how to get to your best friend status with your Pokemon in half the time. That's right, initially it was going to be 30 days, but you're going to be able to get there in 15 days. And for those other friendship statuses, it's going to be cut in half as well. We're going to be going over all that information, so make sure if you enjoy these kind of videos, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe because I'm bringing out all kinds of videos all the time regarding Pokemon Go news, keeping you up to date. Anyways, taking a look at these images here, I did test out a few legendary Pokemon and others just to see what's going on here. We have the Garchomp gliding along. I love that. The Rayquaza slithering along the ground here, and then the Giratina floating high up in the sky. It took me a second to find it. I saw the shadow and I was like, where did it go? So with that said, let's go ahead and get into this here. So at first I was walking my Lucario, and I was having a hard time finding a new stop because I had it as my buddy for quite some time. Unfortunately, for this new buddy system, you're going to actually have to find a new Pokestop you've never spun walking your buddy. Even if you had it as your buddy previously, every Pokestop you spun is still going to count as not a new stop. So you're going to have to go out and find one. So Scarlet did have this overlay of hearts, and I was like, what is going on with that? That means you're going to be able to get to 20 hearts, and that's cutting everything in half. So I switched to my Garchomp. Her Sableye was lucky initially. We thought that's what was going on, but that's not the case. What's going to be happening here is the Poffins and or encountering 20 new places. So like we initially went over here, those 20 new places are going to have to be Pokestops you've never spun while you've had your specific buddy. So if you've been walking something for ages and you've been around your town and spun all those stops, those aren't going to be new, unfortunately. You're going to have to either find halos for them or just go to a Pokestop you've never spun with them as your buddy. And if you can find 20 of those, you'll be able to have that overlay of those hearts. So let's go ahead and recap here. Here is an image so you can get a better understanding if you did not see my last video. To get to level 4 for your buddy, it's going to take 300 hearts, in which is going to take you 30 days. But if you can activate the 20 new stops or feed it a Poffin, you're going to be able to get there in 15 days. Granted, you do this every day. Now, this is another person on Twitter who put out some good information here. 20 Poffins or a new place will cause the buddy to become excited, and then you'll be able to have that overlay of the hearts. Now we're going to be going over more important information towards the end of this video, so stay tuned so you don't miss out and kind of mess up the progress here along the way. And this is also going to half the distance, enabling you to get candies faster for your buddy once you have that overlay of hearts. Now, this is another bit of information he said that I absolutely agree with. The consistency on which the Pokestops are going to be new or not is very confusing, but I'm pretty sure I've narrowed it down to the Pokestops you've actually spun prior to this new system being out are still going to not count as somewhere new. Like we said before, you're going to have to visit a Pokestop you've never been to with that buddy, and simple as that. And something else we're going to be taking a look at towards the end of the video is a little timer in the corner indicating how long your buddy has left to be on the map. So remember, regular raspberries is going to enable you to have it on the map for 3 hours, 2 golden or 2 silvers. Pineaps are going to enable you to have it on the map for 3 hours as well. And 1 Poffin is going to give you 6 hours, including giving you that overlay of hearts so you can achieve 20. Now let's go ahead and talk about this whole process here. So I made Garchomp my buddy, right? We do not see the overlay of hearts. So how to activate this is simply by giving it the Poffin or spinning those 20 Pokestops, new 20 Pokestops. You're not going to go out there and just spin regular stops and activate this unless you've never walked this Pokemon before. Then you will be able to achieve this immediately. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of difficult if you've had it as your buddy for a while. So we gave it the Poffin, and now we have activated the overlay. So we're looking great. We're already at 7 here. So we're going to just go ahead and get as many hearts as we can by doing different things. So battling with them includes gyms, raids, PvP, or going up against any sort of team leader. All 3 of them. It doesn't matter as long as you use it in some way, shape, or form to battle. Now, I did go up against a rocket leader, and I did not even use it. I just used 2 Pokemon. Garchomp was in the back, so you don't have to even have it see action. You can just put it in your battle party. So say you're walking something fairly weak, like a Pidgey or whatever you have going on, some silly Pokemon, right? And you're like, well, I can't fight with this thing. It's just going to faint. It doesn't really matter. Just put it in the back and you'll be fine and good to go. And that will activate it as well. So moving on here, we are going to be looking at those hearts before we go into this battle, because I only had to do 1 battle time down. So we're just going to go up against Arlo here. We're not going to watch the battle because that's not what you're here for. You want to see the information regarding how to cut this in half, right? So we beat Arlo. Garchomp didn't even see action, and it actually did gain 2 hearts for the battle. So I'm going to go through this step by step here, so you can see, in fact, that they did go up, and I didn't have to do multiple battles. We saw it before, and there it is after. Battle together, and we gained 2 hearts. Now we're set and on our way to getting Garchomp to best buddies faster than usual. So now we're going to go ahead and play with our buddy, and that is going to mean you're going to have to rub it like this, right on the chin or the head or whatever, until it becomes happy, and you see those sparkles and beam of light coming out of it, and you're going to be good to go. And then moving on to the next bit here, I had to come home and edit, so unfortunately I was not able to walk the full kilometers to get all of those hearts. I needed to get home and bring you guys this video as soon as possible. So it is going to be possible for you to achieve 20 hearts per day. So cutting it in half, this is fantastic news. Now I see why the Poffins are in the shop. In case you can't go out there and find 20 stops, I mean, you'd be walking this buddy all the time for weeks on end, and then, you know, you're not going to have any new stops. The Poffins are going to be coming in handy. I see it now. At first I was like, useless item in the shop, but no, it's not. So our meter is filling up quite nicely here as we're making that progress. And now we're going to go ahead and do a couple experiments here, and I'm going to show you something. So I did walk that Lucario. I'm pretty sure I have about 9 or 10 hearts on it already. Let's go ahead and switch it up and see what we have. And also in the bottom corner there, you can see the gauge around Garchomp next to my name, and it's about half with that orange lining around it. That indicates that I gave it a Poffin, and I have 3 hours. Okay, now we're going to look at what happens when you give it the regular berries, and it's going to be going for 3 hours instead of 6 hours. So let's go ahead and switch to the Lucario that I was walking earlier, that we do have plenty of hearts on here. And with this Lucario, I've been all over town, so spinning new stops for it is going to be pretty difficult, right? Very difficult. I've walked over 200 kilometers with this thing in total here. All right, so we have full hearts, but no overlay because I didn't give it a Poffin, right? And I wasn't able to get to those 20 stops. But let's go ahead and switch Garchomp back here. And I also wanted to look at the fact that I gave it a Poffin or berries beforehand, the Lucario, but the timer resets every single time. So if you switch your Pokemon constantly, you're going to have that reset on you. So we're going to go ahead and feed it a berry here, as we did not see the overlay, because that is going to reset, unfortunately. So once you do achieve that, make sure you keep it. If you do not feel like paying for Poffins, you found your 20 stops, keep it. And that overlay is going to reset every single day, so it's not going to just stick around and you're like, oh, I hit my 20 stops, I'm good to go. It's going to stay there until I get best buds. That's not the case, and that is why those Poffins are in the shop. All right, so we do have the red ring around Garchomp, indicating we have 3 hours, and we still have not achieved the second layer for the distance at this point. But what we're going to do right now is going to go ahead and feed it a Poffin. Yes, it is a waste, but I'm trying to bring you guys an example on I would waste $20 in Poffins if I had to do so, to bring you guys the information you need to know here. So once your buddy is actually activated onto the map, you cannot go into quick treat. It won't allow you to do so. So you're going to have to go into AR mode. So we're just going to go ahead and do that in my room. Yeah, not the best scenery, but I'm just trying to get this done here. So we have Garchomp. Now let's go ahead and give it a Poffin, and then take a look at those hearts to see what happens. And the different emotions will come up as well when you do give it a Poffin. It's going to be a lot more happier, indicating that you did activate that 6-hour timer and achieved the layer of hearts there. So as you can see, they're back and we're good to go. So if I wanted to go out there and get those, then I'll be looking great if I actually was able to achieve the rest of those kilometers there. So I hope this video helped you out. If it did, please give it a big thumbs up. And another thing to keep in mind is the fact that we're going to be able to rotate 20 Pokemon per day as our buddy, meaning you're going to be able to achieve, I don't know, full hearts for them every single day. Yes, you can get 20 hearts on 20 Pokemon if you are moving enough. I think the one that you're going to run into most of your problems is going to be the kilometers, and simple as that. But yeah, this is amazing stuff here. Take a look at Kyogre. Isn't this hilarious? So it was pointing towards the Gligar, and I was like, all right, you know, you shiny Kyogre, you're telling me to click on it, I might as well. And he moves over to the Krabby. I'm like, all right, I'll check the Krabby too. Might be shiny, but it's not. But he was just telling me, he's like, hey, you guys, these are shiny Pokemon. You should tap on them. Anyways, thanks for watching, trainers. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is amazing stuff. I'm having an absolute blast. I mean, I can make a video that's an hour long about this, and so look forward to more. So thank you for watching, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.